Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'll lead you step by step through the ABRSM Theory Grades. We're now cracking on with the second paper of Grade 1 2016 past papers. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you can find the PDF documents. They're available in US letter or A4, and they contain all the information that you need to know to pass this exam. And they accompany each step of this series with video tutorials to accompany each section. So if you go to my page, you can find links to all of those video tutorials. You can also access information about the books I have available. I've written How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory Exam, and it's full of tips and techniques on how to make the best use of your preparation time leading up to the exam, and also how to best use the time in the exam room. So if you go to sharonbill.com, it's all there for you. If you can give me a like, that'd be fab, it'd be encouraging to me, and give me a subscribe to keep updated. It'd be so great to keep in touch with this. There's loads more to come, so let's now move on. And if you'll turn with me to page 7, we're now on question 5. So I'm hoping that you've had a go of this yourself first of all. It's always better to try on your own. It doesn't matter if you make mistakes. We're only ever writing in pencil. You need your pencil, eraser and ruler to hand, because the paper does say that marks may be lost if your answers aren't neat and clear. So I'm hoping you've had a go of this yourself, so let's work through this together. Question 5 asks us to add a rest at the places marked with a star in these two melodies to make each bar complete. So we've got to add rests. So we should have 3 beats in a bar in this melody and 4 beats in a bar in this melody. Don't forget the 2 separate melodies with 2 different time signatures, so just bear that in mind. Don't get caught out and think this one's still 3/4. So we need to be adding to 3 beats in a bar here, so something's missing here. We've got a 2 and we've got a half. We should have 3, so we're half a beat missing, and the rest, which lasts for half a beat, is this one, your quaver rest or your 8th note rest. Now this last bar is entirely empty, so you could at first think to just add 3 beats and add up to 3. However, that wouldn't score you full points. That would only get you half marks perhaps, because if you remember, a semi-breve or a whole note rest, which although is worth 4 beats, which is technically too big for this, is also the way of showing a complete bar silence regardless of the time signature. So to score full points you would have to show this whole note or semi-breve rest. Let's move on to the next one. So now we're adding up to 4. So we've got 1, add 1, add 1. So we've got 3 so far. We need 1 more, and this is the 1 beat rest. This is your crotchet or quarter note rest. I do sort of a Z with a C at the bottom to make that about the right shape. Let's look ahead here. We've got 2 beats here, we need 2 beats, and so this is your 2 beat rest, just sitting on the line. These 2 rests are quite confusing, and so I remember that the 4 beat rest hangs off the 4th line, and therefore you know that this sitting on the line is the 2 beat. That's how I remember the distinction between those 2 rests. Last bar, we've got a 2 beat and a 1 beat, and so we're only 1 beat missing to add up to 4, so we need another crotchet or quarter note rest, and that should get you the 10 points. Let's turn over the page and carry on. So again, I hope you've had a go at this yourself. This is a section that causes people quite a lot of problems. If you're not sure about this and you feel like you're unclear, you need to look through in the PDF document that I've given you online. You can find on my website. It's section F part 2, and you can find the video to that to help you to revise that. If you look in the cards and the description, you'll find the playlist for that in the grade 1 videos. So it'll be F part 2. In principle though, what you have to do is you have to group things in crochet beats, so you need to always show each crochet beat. There are exceptions to that where you can group a few more together, so like here all quavers or eighth notes can be grouped together, but when it's a mixture of quavers and semiquavers or eighth notes and 16th notes, we have to group them in crochet beat groups. So 3/4 of a beat and 1/4 of a beat give us a crochet. 4/4 beats give us a whole beat, so they will need to go together. So you can see how these are going to need to be grouped to show each individual beat, apart from this exception here where we can group them all together. You can also find the rules for this in the second part of P as well, P part 2, and look at the video to help you to revise that as well. That gives you the rules of beaming notes correctly. However, we've done that thinking now, and so we've just got to draw it out. So I'm just going to do the note heads first of all, and I'm keeping it aligned so I don't get lost, so I know exactly where I am. Stay level pegging with their example and you won't get lost and forget which one you're on. Stepping up, because we might have to make some decisions about which way the stems go, so I'm just going to do the note heads first of all. So this one of course won't need to be changed because that's the one beat already, so that stays unaltered, except that's a bit wonky, so shall we just tidy that up? By all means use a ruler if that will help you. I'm just trying to be quick for you. You've got an exam required time of 1.5 hours, which is plenty of time. So these two are below the middle line. This one's the middle line, so all of these stems can still stay going upwards. And we need to show that these next two are 1/4 of a beat each, so we add an extra line. These two are both above the middle line, so these stems can come down. So that's that. This one's above the middle line, this one can go either way being on the middle line, so these will come down also. And don't forget to show that this one is a semiquaver or a 16th note by adding that little tail there. All of these are above the middle line, so these can come down. We'll need 2 lines though to show that they are semiquavers or 16th notes. Now these all need to be joined together. That's above, that's on the line, that can go either way. These are above, so actually they're all going to go together. I'm going to just keep that straight because perhaps I'll angle it up a little bit to show the direction there. And that's that one. So I hope that's been helpful to you. Let's just have a look at this last question here. So I'm hoping that you've had a little go at this. You just need to keep your eyes peeled because the clefs are going to need to keep changing to name these notes. It says add the correct clef to make each of these notes named as shown in the first answer. If it is that you really feel like you're not sure to keep jumping between clefs, you can always just write a little note of this. The treble clef is every good boy deserves football, the bass clef is good boys deserve football always, and so on. So you can just quickly peek down and think about it once rather than keep looking. So let's just crack on. So this must be the bass clef, otherwise it would be a G. Every good boy deserves, that would be treble. Every good boy, that also will be treble. Middle C at the bottom is treble. It's at the bottom of the treble, the top of the bass. You have to imagine that you sort of met in the middle. And then you know that one. F. Now if it was treble clef it would be here, so being lower that makes it bass clef because it's G, good boys deserve G, one below is F, and so we're sure that's bass clef. Good boys deserve football always is also bass clef. all cows eat is bass clef. Every good is treble clef. There's C. Doesn't say middle C necessarily. However, if that was treble clef, every good boy deserves football F, G, A. Well, it's C sharp. But it can't be that because they've asked for a C. So actually that's middle C in the bass clef, because we've sort of met in the middle of the two clefs, if that helps. And then every good boy deserves football, so that will be treble. And there we go. So I hope that's helped you. We'll look at the last part of the paper together in the next video. If you can give me a like, that would be really encouraging to me. Subscribe to my channel, there's loads more to come. And please do go to sharonbill.com so that you can access all the free PDF documents, and also you can re-access the videos for a little bit of revision if you feel like you need to go over some subjects. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!